Hello. So what is observability and why is it so important? In the previous videos, we prepared a Kubernetes cluster for learning, deployed a simple application on two nodes in two pods. Maybe you felt too that hunting for the application logs, checking the application state, or perform a basic health check was not easy. What's more, our test application didn't perform any complicated tasks, so we didn't have to check the health of the application, only if it runs. For a large-scale deployment with hundreds of pods, services, this health check task cannot be done in this way. We have to set up observability tools, systems, and collect all of this data into a central place where we can analyze, correlate, explore them. Maybe you ask yourself, isn't it the same as monitoring? Not really. Monitoring belongs to observability, however, is just a subset of it. Monitoring is pre-configured. You expect or assume some behaviors or problems. That's why you set thresholds for CPU usage, response times, memory usage, and get alerted when a metric reaches your predefined threshold. Kubernetes environments with hundreds of pods, different application services deployed on multiple nodes, maybe in multiple locations, can surprise you. So rather expect the unexpected. Rather collect what you can, also define your thresholds, but make it possible to be able to analyze your data in a flexible way, so it can provide you the necessary information to find and solve your problems. That's why observability is a dynamic system which collects data from different perspectives and lets you analyze, correlate them. Okay, so what are the three pillars of observability? Logs, metrics, and traces or application performance monitoring data. These we have to collect to implement an observability system for our platform. Let's check our logs. You have already seen that these we can find easily. In Octant, you can click to the Logs tab of the pod running your application. Or you can check the logs with kube control in the command line. However, it's not centralized. You have to check each pod, you find the log loads, cluster logs in a different place. We should have all of them in one place and see them together in a linear ways to know exactly what and when happened. Then we need metrics to see how our resources are used. If we don't have any bottlenecks, if any of our pods are not consuming too much CPU time, memory, disk, how well balanced our cluster is. Again, we can check each pods. You can collect some data from the terminal with the help of top, IOStat, VMstat, but it's the same as for the logs. We don't have all our metrics in a central place. We cannot set up a dashboard in this way. The last part is APM or traces. These are application-specific metrics. At the moment, we cannot find such information. We have to integrate an agent which provides such information our application. But you see on this screenshot that such information is very useful when we investigate what our applications are doing, what are their dependencies, where we can see too high latency, what kind of errors were reported. What's more, APM agents can help you to identify the line of your source code where an error occurred, show you the values of local variables so you don't have to debug the application and try to simulate the problem. This activity can be very time consuming. I would be happy if all of this data were available for my Kubernetes environment, so I can focus on the application development and I could see immediately the state of my system. Okay, so let's look around what kind of tools, products are available for our cheap and simple environment. To be honest, I'm an Elastic certified observability engineer, so I use Elastic Stack daily at my company. Elastic offers their stack also for free. However, enterprise features are not available, like integration with Active Directory, centralized management, cross-cluster replication, machine learning. But with the provided free components, it's possible to set up a complete observability system. Maybe not the easiest setup, but it's possible. Elasticsearch is the heart of Elastic Stack. It's the database. A lot of other products use this database for storing observability data too. It's possible that we won't use Elastic Stack, but we will use their database. Prometheus is very common for monitoring. It's open source, and maybe I could say that is the industry standard nowadays. However, I don't know if it can help us with logs and APM. I will check it. OpenTelemetry is designed for observability, also open source, and seems to help with APM data collection too. FluentBit seems to be an all-in-one solution. I will check if it's really easy to set up and if it provides all data we need for our observability system. That's the theory. In the second part, I will need to know how I implemented observability for my environment. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions, questions.